Hello students, welcome to today's video classroom. Subject Computer Science, paper Programming in C++. Now we are in third chapter, Object Oriented Programming. Object Oriented Programming. So today topic, Procedure Oriented Programming versus Object Oriented Programming. Procedure Oriented Programming versus Object Oriented Programming. Today we'll see first what is procedure oriented programming. In we have studied that C++ is a object oriented programming language. C is a procedure oriented programming language. C++ is a object oriented programming language. C is a procedure oriented programming language. Okay, we also studied that C++ is a incremental version of the C language. The incremented concept is object oriented programming principles. That means we are added Bergen-Stroustrup added object oriented programming concepts to the C language program and introduced a new language called as a C++. So now we are going to discuss first what do you mean by procedure oriented programming and what is mean by object oriented programming. So what is the difference we are going to discuss. First today going to discuss procedure oriented programming. So in C language also in the first semester also we have studied the classification of programming language. We have studied that programming languages are two types, procedural, non-procedural languages. Procedural, non-procedural languages. So we have also studied that procedural languages are the two types, procedure oriented programming language, object oriented programming language. Again we are discussing here same thing, what is procedure oriented and what is object oriented. Now we'll see first what do you mean by procedure oriented. So first we see procedure. Procedure means procedure is a sequence of operations, a sequence of statements to solve a particular problem. Procedure means a sequence of or a set of programming code, to solve a particular problem. Okay, procedure means a steps to solve a problem. Okay, here that means when you are going to in procedure oriented programming, when you are going to write a program, you will concentrate on what are the sequence of operations to be performed. What are the sequence operations are to be performed, such as reading operation, calculating operation and printing operation. So that is a procedure oriented. You are writing a program based on the what the functionality you have to do, what is the task we have to do. Task based programming and simple. In procedure oriented programming, the problem is viewed as a sequence of operations to be done, such as reading, calculating and printing. Okay, so for example, I asked to write a program for the student purpose. So to call a purpose, automatically what we will do, identify what are the operations to be performed. Directly we will concentrate on what operations we have to perform. So we have to read the student marks, we have to read the data and calculate the result and display the result like that. So we will concentrate on the what actions you have to be performed. what operations to be performed. Okay, after identifying the operations, then we identify the what are the data required. అంటే టాస్క్ ఏంటి, ఆపరేషన్స్ ఏంటో డిఫైన్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసిన తర్వాత డాటాని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాము. ఓకే, సో ఏ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఆర్ రిటర్న్ టు పెర్ఫార్మ్ these tasks. We read a collection of programs, collection of functions. Already studied. C language is a procedure oriented programming. So C language program is a collection of functions. So here the primary focus is on functions. The primary focus is function. See, that means in a procedure oriented programming basically consisting writing a list of instructions for a computer to follow and organize these into groups. These groups are known as a functions. అంటే మన జనరల్ ప్రొసీజర్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్లో a set of statements రాసుకుంటూ పోయినాం. These set of statements are grouped. One group is called function, another group is called function. So like this we can write the several functions. We can write the several functions in a single program. Okay, every function may have the local data. Every function have a local data. So these data, local data is declared in the this function. This local data declared in the function definition. This local data declared in the function definition. And some data that are needed to be accessed by more than one function are declared as a global data. The data items being used in more than two or more functions. Here this global data is accessing in the function 1 and function 2. Automatically this is declared as a global data. And again this data is using by the 3 functions. So you can declare it as a global data. So that means these variables, these 2 variables declared where after the stdio.h. C language లో అలా డిక్లేర్ చేస్తాం. ప్రొసీజర్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్లో అలా డిక్లేర్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, దట్ మీన్ this is a procedure oriented programming. We'll see what are the characteristics. Here procedure oriented programming is characteristics are emphasize and concentration is on doing things. And what is concentration on functions only. Okay, large programs are divided into smaller programs. These are called as a functions. Okay, so most of the functions share the global data. And 2 or more functions ni యూజ్ చేసే డేటా గ్లోబల్ డేటాని షేర్ చేసుకుంటాయి. ఓకే, సో ద డేటా కెన్ బి మూవ్ ఓపెన్లీ టు ద సిస్టమ్, ఓపెన్ అరౌండ్ ద సిస్టమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫంక్షన్ టు ఫంక్షన్. అంటే ఈ ఫంక్షన్లో ఉన్న డేటాని ఇక్కడ, ఈ ఫంక్షన్లో ఇక్కడ ఓపెన్గా యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. గ్లోబల్ డేటాగా డిక్లేర్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఓకే, ఫంక్షన్స్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ డేటా ఫ్రమ్ వన్ ఫామ్ టు అనదర్ ఫామ్. యూ కెన్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ద డేటా. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రొసీజర్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఫాలోస్ ద top-down approach in a programming design. And first we write the main function, then we write the function definitions. Okay, so this is called as a procedure oriented programming language. Okay, simple procedure oriented programming language lo the concentration is on what operations to be performed. What operations to be performed, task ఏంటి, ఆపరేషన్ పెర్ఫామ్ చేయండి. దెన్ ఆపరేషన్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసిన తర్వాత, ఫంక్షన్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసిన తర్వాత టాస్క్ ఈ ఫంక్షన్లో ఎలాంటి డేటా మనకు అవసరం అవుతుంది అనేది ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్. ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్, ఆబ్జెక్ట్, the programming is based on the object. What do you mean by object? Real things. When you are going to write a program, we identify what are the things in that programming, what are the objects in that program are identified. Okay, in the object oriented programming, the problem is decomposed into a collection of real time objects. రియల్ టైమ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అంటే ఒక ప్రాబ్లంలో ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఏ ఉన్నాయని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ స్టూడెంట్ సంబంధించిన, సో హియర్ స్టూడెంట్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. స్టూడెంట్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. వాట్ డాటా ఆర్ దేర్? సో స్టూడెంట్ రూల్ నెంబర్, నేమ్, marks, these are the data. What operations to perform? We can perform the read data, we can perform the calculation, we can perform the display. That means first we identify the object and then we'll build the data and operations on the data with the object. Means this object may be a person, or object may be a place, a thing, an event also. So sometimes objects may be a conceptual objects. Okay, here for example student physical గా కనిపిస్తుంది, కోర్స్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, కోర్స్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, బట్ కోర్స్ ఫిజికల్గా ఉంటుందా, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ కాన్సెప్చువల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఓకే, ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ మే బి ఏ ఫిజికల్ ఆర్ యూ కెన్ సే దట్ కాన్సెప్చువల్. ఫిజికల్ మీన్స్ భౌతికంగా ఉంటుంది, కాన్సెప్చువల్ మీన్స్ ఇమాజినరీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. సో స్టూడెంట్ ఈజ్ ఏ ఫిజికల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఓకే, కోర్సు ఈజ్ ఏ కాన్సెప్చువల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ దీస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ treats data as a critical element in the program. So because here the object oriented programming, the object is identified and then data is identified. So this data is hidden within this object. The data is hidden within this object. Other objects cannot, one object cannot access the data of the other object directly. The object data cannot be accessed by the other object directly. Okay, so that means because OOPS treats a data as a critical element in the programming development and does not allow it flow freely around the system. Okay, so the data are more closely to the functions of the same object. And if you take an object, ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్లో డేటా ఉంటుంది, ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉంటుంది. సో these data can be accessible by the functions of the same object only. So other object functions are not allowed to access these data directly. సో మరి ఎలా సార్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ యొక్క డేటా ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోవాల్సినటువంటి నెసెసిటీ ఉంది. ఎట్ దట్ టైమ్ దీస్ టూ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ కెన్ షేర్ ద డేటా by calling the functions only. Okay, the data of an object can be accessed only by the functions, only by the functions. ఈ డేటాని డైరెక్ట్ యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి లేదు. ఓకే, సో అవర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ వన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ ద ఫంక్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద అదర్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఈ ఫంక్షన్స్ని ఇక్కడ మనం కాల్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో లెట్ us see in diagrammatical symbol. So here this is an object A, object B. The object A contains the data and functions. Object B also contains the data and functions. So these two functions objects can be communicated through the functions only. Okay, so this is called a object oriented programming. Now what are the characteristics? So here the emphasis on data, not ప్రొసీజర్, రాదర్ దెన్ ద ప్రొసీజర్ కంటే బదులు డేటా మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, ద ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఆర్ డివైడెడ్ ఇంటూ కలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అండ్ డేటా ఆర్ మోర్ క్లోజ్లీ అసోసియేట్స్ విత్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఓన్లీ. ద డేటా ఆర్ హెడెన్, ద డేటా టైడ్ క్లోజ్లీ విత్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్. నెక్స్ట్, ఫంక్షన్స్ దట్ ఆపరేట్ ఆన్ ద డేటా ఆఫ్ వన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ are tied together in the data structure. Means so automatically object, data and functions. So these functions are also tied with the so these functions can access the data of this object only. So this data is hidden and cannot be accessed by the external functions. Okay, next, objects may communicate with each other through the functions. So it approaches the bottom up approach. Bottom up approach means here in object oriented programming we will write the first class definition. That means we will identify the objects and we will write the main function. First main function is last question. So now we will see these are the characteristics of object oriented programming language. From these object oriented characteristics, now we can define the what is object oriented. So actually there is no fixed definition for the object oriented programming language. Based on these characteristics, I am defining the definition that object program is an approach. In this approach, we are dividing the program into, we are partitioning the program into objects. So what the object contain? Data and function. So that we are allocating the separate memory for the data and functions. We are defining single object. We are defining single object. Once we define this template, we can create the many copies of this one. So that's why object oriented programming can be defined as an approach that provides a way of modularizing the programs by creating partition memory for data and functions. Data ki function separate memory create అవుతుంది. So that can be used as a template for creating కాపీస్ ఆఫ్ సచ్ మాడ్యూల్స్ ఆన్ డిమాండ్. ఎన్ని మాడ్యూల్స్ అయినా మనము క్రియేషన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో యూఆర్ కన్సిడరింగ్ దట్ an object is considered to be a partitioned area of computer memory. So this computer memory stores the data and set of operations. So this is called as a object oriented programming language. Okay students, so read same as it is, write the notes and read 2 or 3 times. Okay, the next concept to go for the what are the features or basic concepts of object oriented programming.